and welcome to another edition of Bill Chasing the Movies, and we're right back on track in the swing of things as we get to our regular rotation. And I got 5 new movies to review for you this week, so let's get to it. Alright, the first one is Hall Pass, and this is a new comedy where Peter and Bobby Farrelly once again team up to try to bring substance to gross out humor, something they've done which very successfully in films like early on you go back to Kingpin, Something About Mary, and Me, Myself, and Irene, as well as many others. Now, these two, and of course, Dumb and Dumber, can't leave that one out. Now, these two made an art of bringing something out of gross out humor. They use it to make us laugh, but then they make the story all the more intriguing. The way that these two do that is unbelievable. Hall Pass, they don't really do that here. The premise is right out of the whole adolescent male fantasy playbook, where Rick, played by Owen Wilson, and Fred, played by Jason Sudeikis, are two guys in their late 30s and are granted a hall pass by their wives on the advice of their wisest friend, played by Joy Behar. Now, these men, basically she's trying to say that all men are obsessive pornographers who are bound to cheat eventually, so better do it in a controlled environment than sneaking around. Now, I guess this hall pass is really a thing that people do. I don't know of any couples that do that, but if they do, seek help immediately. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is just ridiculous and idiotic, but in any event, here it is. It's an interesting experiment, but whatever. So Rick's wife Maggie, played by Jenna Fisher, is the one who suggests it, and after overhearing Rick joke with his friends about how much theoretical money they could hypothetically pay to have a week of freedom, and apparently the sums are large, Maggie takes the kids heads to her parents' place at Cape Cod. Whereas Fred's wife, Grace, played by Christina Applegate, gives Fred the week off too and joins Maggie. Now, these guys are both total morons and cannot believe their good fortune. They're gonna get so much tail, you know, and yada yada yada. It's just idiotic ridiculously. And this movie just makes a lot of dumb jokes about how these two are just completely inept with any other woman. And yes, these two are both two of the biggest buffoons to hit the big screen in quite some time. That said, however, there were some good laughs here. The substance that the Farrellys do have existed in some places, but was just too spaced out over the film. The thing that made them so special is that they always had a way of making it flow in the entire movie. Watch some of the works I just mentioned and see how they do that. The only one that really came close to dangerously stretching out a bit was Me, Myself, and Irene, but that was still a very funny movie nonetheless. Either way, I gotta give credit to Jason Sudeikis here. He really plays Fred, you know, with a lot of exuberance and without becoming a Jack Black kind of, you know, wow kind of guy. And he really easily could have. But the problem is that a lot of it just seems a little too unfathomable. And hello, they're married to Jenna Fisher and Christina Applegate, for crying out loud, okay? Two very attractive women who are both big TV stars and have both been regarded by many males as being two very good, especially Applegate in her younger years as Kelly Bundy on Married with Children, and even Jenna Fisher gets a lot of eyes on The Office. Now, again, the problem is that there's just a lot of dead air. It seems as though it's like it's trying to stall, like it's stalling till the end, like, oh, we gotta kill time. It seems like they just could have cut so much stuff out. And this is just, you know, they should have just gone out with the whole, you know, vulgar, you know, slapstick, you know, an interesting plot line all put together. But it seems like they're trying to send a message here, send more of a message here than their other movies. Don't do that. Just stick to what you know, and that's funny slapstick humor. Either way, Hall Pass isn't terrible, but it certainly isn't good. I give it 2 stars out of 5.